on it. And it basically is like it helps with your blood flow. It helps with some hormonal stuff. But it's a lot of cerebral blood flow. But it apparently sparks testosterone production and all kinds of different stuff. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And the pill I got, it's got like some cod oil in it and a few other little things to make it smooth. But I mean, it's pretty nice. You know, a little cod oil for those joints.
Yeah.
So you take it at night, so or in the morning?
So I've been taking because I take like my like normal accounts and I started I don't take a lot of vitamins, but I basically take one vitamin set in the evening. So I take that one I take this one in the mornings with like a really big glass of water.
I'm fasting from yesterday too. Like now I'm 12 hours.
Yeah. I'm
So
I just started drinking my protein shake now.
Yeah, I'm going for 24 hours.
Oh, nice. Good one.
You know, for some reason, I don't know. It seems every time I try to fast, like I think I might starve myself to death if I actually went 24 hours with eating food. I get so hungry.
Yeah. So what happens is on your stomach, there are these glands that sit on top of your stomach. And basically, as your stomach empties, these glands, which were stretched when your stomach was full, which keeps the hormone that's in them inside of them. But when your stomach shrinks, these glands open, which allows this hormone to go into your body. And that hormone is what makes you feel sick. Your body has no concept of what starving actually even is. It just knows that you have an abundance of this particular hormone, and a response to that is so what you can do generically is drink a whole lot of water. Right? So like if your stomach stays full, you won't feel sick like that because it'll keep the hormone. So that's why when you're fasting, it's really so a lot of the times, like one of the things you can do too is use bone broth.
Okay.
So like in the morning when you're trying to do like a little bit of a longer fast and at 9 o'clock or something, like if you're trying to do a 24-hour like he is, you know, you could, instead of doing like water, substitute in like a nice glass of bone broth. And that's got a lot of calcium and mineral and stuff. That'll kind of help you out. When I've done like a 3-day fast before, and when you started off the first day, you substitute in some bone broth in the beginning just to kind of ease you into it. And then you go in, but like I know of two guys. One guy did a all water and bone broth fast and went 35 days.
Oh my God! I think
no problem whatsoever.
To me,
no problem whatsoever. He lost 35 pounds.
Oh, that's great. 35 pounds, 30 days. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he lost, you know what I mean? He got lean.
Was he like an overweight person? Because that seems like something would have to substitute 35 days.
He's a bodybuilder. So he does bulking and cutting cycles. Okay. So because in order to gain muscle, you have to have an excess of calories to really be able to build muscle. So when he's building, he goes through a bulk cycle. So for like 2 or 3 months, he basically can eat whatever the heck he wants as he's gaining muscle, and then once he gets like to a certain metric that he's looking for, he'll go on a freaking hard fast, and he likes it better because he says it gets rid of all the fat really fast, but it doesn't give your body time to cannibalize your muscle. He said because one of the things that happens when you lose weight is your body doesn't just feed off your fat; it also feeds off your muscle. If you're in a caloric deficit, so he has to be really careful with that. So he likes using the fasting method because it just basically just strips the fat right off of him, just leaves all the muscle, and then he can start eating again. So he basically eats nonstop for 3 months, goes 1 month without eating, literally, and then goes like 3 months. And the dude looks fucking amazing.
Wow.
He's 200 and he's 6'1", 240 pounds, and the dude looks like Mr. Olympia. But he'll go up to 270 while he's bulking. But the dude, he's my height, but he looks like a linebacker. I mean, he's just so big and cut. And then when he cuts down, he'll get down to almost into like the 220s and even the 225s cut. So it's pretty wild. But he'll swing 30 to 40 pounds during his bulking cycles, which I think is crazy. But that's what those guys have to do. People don't realize how much like technique and science and biohacking is going into these guys, especially the ones that are more natty.
Right.
They're trying to do it without.
What type of protein do you take, Thor?
I'll tell you a screenshot of the bag I got. I like it a lot. It's got some whey and a couple of other stuff. It's also got some collagen in it and some stuff like that I really like.
Okay.
Got to keep my skin looking fresh.
You know what I
Okay.
just ordered that my brother takes, and then my buddy started taking, and they both said that it's helped them. I think it's called AG1, if I'm not
I've heard of that.
mistaken.
Yeah, I've heard of
Have you-
that.
It's like a green drink. You have to actually keep it in your fridge, but I ordered a 30-day supply and just to try it out and see how
Cool.
I feel from drinking it. Yeah.
Keep me
worth a
posted
shot.
on it.
A little bit pricey, but I mean if you can feel your
works,
body,
oh, man,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, then it's worth
So
it.
Red Book came out.
I hear there's like not really good review on it. It's just pricey for nothing.
I think I'm
Yeah?
muted.
I'm
No,
going off with just what my brother.
I heard
and
someone
my,
say they're muted.
We can hear you.
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I was just listening to you guys talking about line mains, and I was
Yeah.
taking for like almost a year now. They are good, like but I'm not.
I know you
taking
guys
every
can hear
day
me.
now.
Some of us muted Muhammad the other day because he didn't know his mic was on.
This is
So
Jag.
you would,
Jag's Deep Sundew.
oh well, I muted Muhammad the other day then and unmuted
Oh,
him.
okay. So
But
I was talking about
like
the line mains.
Yeah,
I'm taking for
whatever.
almost a year now, but I'm not taking every day. I'm taking like some days. So because these are looks like more like I feel like can you get addicted to
all
them?
right. So what's it
that's why
calling for
some days
now?
take them and
The
some days just
MNQ is
like
calling for the R3 to S3.
Oh, hold on one second. Hey, Drew, I think you have.
You have Jag muted.
I think you have Jab muted, but we don't,
Oh, you're right.
Drew.
Yeah,
Because Jag
you're
keeps
right.
talking, and then you'll start talking right over the top of him.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Oh,
about
okay,
that.
that's
You guys
okay.
were. As
So,
soon as I saw,
yeah, I
as
was
soon as
talking
you
about
said that, I
line
was
mains.
like, "Yeah, my bad, buddy."
That's okay.
Yeah,
So
Thor's
I
been
was talking
taking
about
lines,
line
man,
mains.
Jag.
But yeah. So you're saying, Jag, that you're taking it like every other day or something like that.
Yeah,
But you've been
something
using
like
it for about a year.
because I was taking for like almost 3-4 months, and then I start feeling like it's kind of get to my body addicted to them because they're releasing very stress relieving hormones, and when I don't take them, so my body feel like more stressed.
Mm.
So I take them, but I'm not taking regularly. I just take like one day, then not take 2 days, then take one day. So like I'm making balance with them.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So another thing
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, I've
taking
heard
is
good things so far. I've liked it a lot. So give me one second. I'll be right
they're
back.
good. They're good. I mean, I take when I'm very really tired or something like I really want to like something very. It's like a kind of stress reliever because the muscle get very easy. And other thing, if you really want to like look into other thing, that's ashwagandha. Anybody know that? Ashwagandha. So that's also
I did
Indian
it before. Yeah, I did it before, but you have to be careful for overdosing because a lot of people get sick of it. Like if you
Yeah,
take
but
too much of it.
yeah. So same thing with that.
Yeah.
So ashwagandha
Yeah.
is also one of the herbs that's from India, and that's really really good. That's really good for I would say stress reliever, natural stress reliever that don't have any, I will say medical ingredient in that. So in case anybody looking into that kind of stuff, so that's one of the other stuff I take. I don't take that thing regularly. Be honest. I take once like maybe twice a week, something like that.
Yeah, I'm looking into it. It says it's good for all kinds of stuff. Neurogenesis support, cognitive function, neuroprotective, mood regulation, mental health, brain fog.
Yes.
Sounds really good.
Yeah,
I
I've been
think
chasing. I might try it with my son, because he's on the spectrum, so I might try small dose with him and see if it.
yeah.
if
I
it
mean,
works.
I'm not like say have medical any history, but
Hey
in
Thor,
India we use a
question.
lot that
Do you
kind of
have time to
stuff.
look at Amazon?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we use a
So
lot. So Ashwagandha
using
we use every day in India, like
the
in very
regular
small
method that we
quantities.
always use with the clothes, it's bearish. If we use the old method, is bullish.
Hey Oz,
The
I think you have
Artifact.
Jag. Hey Oz, I think you have Jag muted because you're
Yeah,
talking over him.
I think a few people have Jag muted from at some point. They had to mute him because that keeps happening. But
His name's Jag.
I
Jag.
actually just checked if I had him muted. I don't actually.
oh, maybe you just couldn't hear his
Just
mic.
right click on his handle and it says mute and it's not checked.
Okay. He's done talking, but yeah, he was saying that he's getting some benefits from using Lion's Mane as well.
You
Oh,
know, a
sorry
little
for talking
biohack,
over him.
a little
Yeah,
biohacking never hurt. So for me, like a lot of these tickers are actually kind of looking bullish right now in the book. So Amazon, you know, I'm getting a lower range call in toss. Let's see here. Looks like a lower range according to the closes. Yeah. So we get kind of getting the lower. This thing's already in the pre-market, has already went all the way out to R4. You can't really see it, but notice how the high of day line is coming in. I need to maybe make that a different color so that shows a little better.
I'm at
I
goal
actually
already.
like it
shorted.
from R4 because I like
I
it from
shorted
R4
it.
because that's the area where we sold from 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Really?
went right to it. I could still see us just doing the pullback to the R3 short, but we could also bounce S4 if we sell off early. So we've got ATR left to the downside, so we could do that as well. So Amazon's got some potential for sure, as far as where it's, you know, with that part. So its order book for me is actually quite bullish right now. So kind of keep that in mind. It looks like it actually wants to rally. So which could, you know, which means, you know, we'd look for it to go into R4, and if it finds a sell there, maybe, but otherwise be careful this doesn't like get you into a counter trending breakout, because there's actually quite a bit of ATR to the top side still. So this could break out, which would be a non-standard play. They don't happen very often, but with the order book looking a little bit bullish, you know, we just need to be cautious on trying to short such a bullish book.
Nvidia's looking good. It's at S4. There's a gap between yesterday's close and today's open, and market structure is bullish so far, and it looks good. I don't know if anyone wants to play Nvidia, but
I like
Yeah,
it. I like where
I'm
it's
looking
opening.
for it.
yeah. So there's a gap fill up to 135.62.
And you have a
So-
fair value gap till 135.50, and in the order book is aligned with the order book too.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, and I can wait to pull back to
Yeah,
135.50.
The market's buying because we had good inflation report at 8:30, like drastically better. So maybe the market's going to start going back up. We got close to that equal low area yesterday. Not exactly. I had marked 268, and we got down to 2,680, and we went to 2,693. But we did take out a bunch of lows from previous, like last month, 2 months ago, actually. So if the market's going up, Nvidia should go up too, and vice versa.
Oh, that's cool.
So regarding AG1, coming back, so I've been using it for about 18 months, and it's pretty good. It helps you with the stomach function too.
Oh, interesting.
In addition to normal, vitamin cycle. But they're pricey. That's for sure.
That's interesting. So I'm looking at in TradingView, there's a little thing you can click at the bottom, and it gives you the latest updates. Gives you so it says HBSC has maintained a buy rating for Nvidia, and then the news was Nvidia shares bounced back after dropping 2% on President Biden's U.S. AI chip export restrictions. So there's positive news. Analysts are positive, and the market's going up. So Nvidia should be good today. Could be good. I shouldn't say should be. Could be.
Definitely in an interesting spot at the open here. The order book on Nvidia is coming in a little bit bearish for me. So I with it being in a lower, wider range, I'm going to kind of look for it to go back to 136.50 if it finds a seller there. And then I might look at it. It also wouldn't mind if it kind of swept up towards 137, then came under. All those things would be fine. So
Right.
just kind of keep an eye on it and.
Oh,
see
what's
she
weird? My
does.
TradingView is it's not showing the pre-market price action. It just has a price level, so it says Nvidia's at 136-ish right now, but where the candle is at 133.24. That's weird.
Are you looking at the daily?
No, I'm looking at the 15-minute.
It
What? Why does it show this? Oh no,
Well,
actually I see the
fine.
price, 35.97. I don't know why my chart's showing this. That's weird. I need to learn more about TradingView.
These
my trading view for Nvidia last night, yesterday candle is a green candle, but in trading view is a red candle.
Mm-hmm.
Is a daily one.
Let me look at the daily.
Lauren, are you using the free version of TradingView?
No, I got it on the Black Friday sale.
Oh, I just started using the free version just about a week ago, just to check it out. But you only get 2 indicators at a time with the free version.
Right. That's pretty cool. I still like
Yeah.
Ninja better.
I do too. There's a lot of people that use TradingView, I'm finding out though.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that use it. A real lot of
Yeah.
people.
Seems like a lot of people are trying TradingView, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cheap. I think I got it for like $280 for the whole year or something. And I got some cool things. I got got this thing called Power of 3 high time frame candle. I like the indicators that Al uses, the OHLC stat map. But that's like an $89 a month package. So I don't know if I'll get that. But I got part of it. I think Bitcoin's doing a lot better today too.
Bitcoin. BTC.
BTC. 96,517. Oh yeah. Compared to yesterday. Been up $6,000. Wow. It'll break 100 again soon. Once Trump gets in office, because he's pro crypto now.
That'll be really interesting.
The Ethereum's going up too, it looks like.
I'm still just not all up on the crypto stuff.
There's one coin, maybe. It's Schrodinger's cat. That thing's like 1000x past week.
Dang.
They're trying to get listed on Binance and Coinbase and all that. If that happens, their market cap's really small, but I know a lot of people that have made a lot of money trading maybe. Funny name.
Hey Lauren.
Yep.
I know you and me had a fun conversation about Elon yesterday. And it got me thinking. Do you think Trump would have got elected without Elon or without X?
Well, X helped a lot. I mean, yeah, but
You think you would have still
yeah,
got
because
elected?
people were. Yeah, I mean, it was like he won the popular vote. He won every swing state. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I mean, I kind of shudder
Yeah.
to think if he didn't help. I mean, I'm thankful to Elon for that for sure. It's just
Yeah. I don't know. It
This-
just got me thinking about that yesterday. Actually, I was talking to my mom about it, and she brought that up. I was like, "That's a good point. I wish I would have brought that up yesterday."
well, I mean, he's just like Zuck. He's like another billionaire, and they're going to kiss ass to anyone that might make them more money or not. At least make them not lose money, right?
I don't.
I mean, like,
I've
he's a
never
billion
seen him
times
kiss
better than
anybody's
Zuckerberg.
ass ever. He told Bill Iger to go fuck himself. He told the
Yeah, I know.
Gavin Newsom
Yeah,
to suck on
yeah.
these nuts.
No, he's
He's a little
good
different, at
troller,
least.
Good, yeah,
he's my spectrum brother.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He's
funny.
another he's a fellow Aspie. So I get it. Like I said, the only thing that I'm not as into with the whole thing, and this is just because I'm like becoming an old man and I'm afraid of technology and stuff like that or whatever. But I just don't like all of the. He's got a lot of in the backside. He's got a lot of like control stuff that he likes to do and that he likes to be a part of. And,
Yeah,
and
he wants
although
to put
there
Neuralink
is,
chip in all
I
the
am
brain.
saying there is a free speech thing that he's cool for, but it's not all the speech. It's the
No,
speech that he
it's not
agrees
really
with.
free
He
speech.
wants to be free, not all the speech, which is appropriate for everybody, right? Free speech is a myth, right? That's the whole thing. That's the problem everybody has. You should have free speech, but you don't have free speech, right? If you walk up to me with my wife and say, "Hey, she has a nice ass," and blow a kissy face at her, you're gonna find out how free your speech is, right?
Well,
like it's. You know what I mean?
he
Speech
offers-
has consequences. It's not free. It's open and but that's the whole thing. If it's now regulated speech, I think is maybe the term, and he definitely believes in regulated speech.
Yeah.
So without a doubt, it's all over X. You just look at the policies.
Yeah, I
He-
know.
All
He-
kinds of stuff you can't say.
He gives free speech to the extent of the law of the country, though.
No. No. Definitely
No.
not. There's very few laws on the country that are actually enforceable when it comes to speech.
Well, you
Like
see
for
what's
instance,
going on
yelling
in Great
fire in a
Britain,
fire,
right?
fire in a crowded fireplace. There is actually no law that says you can't do that.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
those are
Not
public
a fireplace in a
ordinances
movie. In a movie
that
house,
do
you mean.
that, but that's not a real thing. Like you can yell
Yeah, it's
fire in
not
a
a real thing.
fireplace in a crowded fire theater all you want.
It's just like, here's like Biden says, you can't go out and buy a cannon, but you know what? I could go out and buy a cannon. You can.
You can
in
build
America.
one.
I own
You can
one.
buy a cannon too.
You can buy one.
I own one. It's the loudest thing I got.
Oh, you
I
do?
actually-
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's not.
For the,
huge. It's not
for the
like
record, we used to have a cannon on our farm to keep the birds away.
it's not a
It
full
was a
size.
mortar,
Yeah, right. I mean, those are.
but it
Like
would
a
just use a
ton.
powder keg. It didn't shoot a projectile. It just goes.
Right.
It was
Oh
so
yeah,
fun.
so mine will shoot a lead pellet out,
you
I think
can
it's
put
a
it- you
1-inch
can pack
round
it
lead
with
pellet.
pellets, whatever.
That's
Yeah.
dope, actually. Little.
Well,
little
so maybe I don't
I
want
like
to say what I'm
cannons.
going to say. Maybe I'm not going to say what I want to say. There's a certain group on X that you can't talk about at all. Certain group of people.
It's the Illuminati.
Let's talk about it in a little bit since the market's about to open
No,
in 10 seconds. I like these conversations.
It's the small hat people.
Get your tinfoil hat on, people.
Yeah,
Get the,
let's do
get
it.
the
It's fun.
Illuminati.
All right, good luck, guys.
Oh, here we go.
Good luck,
Ding,
fun
ding, ding.
people.
I'm at goal already because I reshorted 21.20 and I took it down 60 points. So I'm at. I mean, not
Because he's
got
a
two trades,
baller. Shot
both won a little
caller.
the first one should have got me 600. Only got me 167. But whatever. I made it back, or I didn't make it back, but I'm at goal.
I felt like it would have been too brazen for me just to hit short on Nvidia right off the top of the first wick. But apparently that would have been the thing to do. Like, what the heck? I almost, like, right when it opened, it wicked up towards R3. I almost just hit it right there. And I was like,
there's
you know what?
now I actually
Let's
see a
not be
candle
that
on it.
aggressive. Stupid
Anyone who
Nvidia.
sees the trading view, am I doing something wrong that I don't have the pre-market showing? Is there some, I'll figure it out. I'll ask
You
AI.
might need to sign up
Oh,
for
it's the same thing.
Like,
What's
nice
that,
pullback.
Sergey?
You might need to sign up for a different data feed. I think theirs is like 15 minutes behind and limited.
Oh, yeah,
You should get the data.
I had the full version. I paid for it, but maybe.
Well, you
Yeah.
paid for the software basically, but not for the data. Data, they are like almost crowdsourced by default. Yeah, I'm running into the same issue as you
Okay.
are.
Yeah, because I can't trade with this. Well, I guess if I wait until 9:30, but oof.
I guess I waited.
Market's saying. So, did anyone short R3?
Yeah.
MNQ?
Not MNQ, but I hit a few contracts short on the on ES.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. Feeling good.
Okay, that's pretty obvious, huh?
Such a weak open.
Yeah.
Everything just started crapping, and Nvidia was completely unhelpful. Thanks, Nvidia.
I like that crapping.
It really is. Look at
Started with
Nvidia's
the
order book
SH
went
and ended
super bearish at the time.
Sorry,
I'm
with
still
the
like
SH
fingers
and
crossed. If the
the
market squeezes, I'll get out, and maybe I can still short Nvidia if it comes back up to one. Nvidia could set them up and sweep them. You know what I mean? Set up right here, then rally, and then sweep the top, and then sell. That would be amazing. Not looking too likely right now.
It kind of looks like it's the NQ. I'm not sure. Let's just see what happens.
The order book's a little. Oh, that's AMD. Hold on. Let me get NQ up.
It kind of looks like it's absorbing right now. Or trying to fuel a bigger move up. I think we have some Fed speakers today, right? Dwayne posted. Yeah, 10 o'clock we have Fed speaker.
And Fed speakers.
Oh, and then 3:05 Fed William. That's a weird time to come out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Right before the 55 minutes before the close. What could go wrong?
3:05? What?
Hey, Lauren, are you marking the Asian session on your charts now?
Yeah, I got a it's called session colors. It shows Asia session, London session, and the New York session.
Was it something you paid for?
No, it's a free indicator, and it's not perfect because I think whoever coded it wasn't using general market time -4 or EST time. So when I do it, and I can send it to you. I'll send you the indicator I use my settings. It's
Yeah,
okay.
that'd be awesome.
Sergey, I think, might be working on something.
Some people, some of those don't take into account daylight savings time.
Here comes the squeeze. If there's
Yeah, I
gonna
mean, this
be
just
one.
cuts out some hours, so I don't see the overlap from Asia into London and London into New York. But
Okay.
it draws a rectangle around the times, so it kind of shows me,
Yeah, whenever you get a chance, man, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay.
I
keep
thought
looking
the order
for
book
one.
on NQ brought on some topside orders, so it's squeezing back towards R3 right now.
Squeeze it. Squeeze McPeasy.
Squeezy peasy.
I don't know. To me, it kind of looks like ugly price action right now. Luckily, I'm above goal.
Lauren, I tried to watch that movie Dread you recommended yesterday. You said it was on Amazon Prime, but I'd had to pay for it for some reason.
Oh, you like it though?
I didn't watch it because I didn't want to pay $4.
Oh, I don't know why it was free for me.
I have a
free
Prime
with
membership.
commercials. Dude, that's a
Huh.
great movie though. You got to watch it.
Yeah, I tried to.
It's really good.
I had to pay like
Wait till
$4.
you see.
or
I mean,
something.
I think you'll really like it.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, I'll check it out here eventually.
It's like 10 times better than Judge Dredd. Not that Judge Dredd was bad. It was just not like Dredd.
Well, which judge? Like the first judge, the first Dread?
Yeah, the
Or
one
the
with
second one?
Sylvester Stallone is okay, but Dredd, It's more based on a comic, I would say. It's just DREDD. It's badass.
I liked this. I liked Sylvester. He did all right.
But check out the newer one that just Dread. DREDD.
I am the law.
Yeah, I am the law. The sentence is death. You have two choices. You can be sentenced to ISO cube for 25 years or death.
And he's like,
Yeah, you gotta watch it, Thor. It's brutal. It's the cinematography and the effects are amazing. The storyline's good. It's good. It's really good.
Didn't Walt Disney get cryogenically frozen?
Like,
I
back
think
in the
part of him
60s?
is. I think his brain is.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if anything will ever happen with that.
It definitely will. If there's
while
one
to
thing
make-
I think we would be capable of scientifically as a species, being able to reanimate something that's been frozen for a really long time. But like that kind of fits.
That's just a weird idea, though, huh?
It kind of fits. I mean, and your brain, the material in your brain doesn't decay. Those doesn't decay nearly as much as like all the fibrous material throughout the rest of your body. So I mean, it's definitely conceivable that his consciousness could be just stored in there, just sitting
Without a
dormant.
central nervous system, does it still work the same way?
Yeah.
It does, huh?
All the stuff below the stem is just for input.
Interesting.
So it's just it's just information coming in from the outside. The brain controls the show. So
Maybe
like
Elon could just Neuralink Walt Disney's brain, and then he could just talk via computer. And
well, in theory,
via
you could hook
computer.
up two wires to the optic fibers. You could hook up to wires to the olfactory wires, and then two wires to the auditory fibers, and then you could hit a button, and you could basically tell that person exactly what they're smelling, hearing, seeing. You could input it all just using signals.
So, man, TC, you're a genius. Thank you, TC.
What did
So
TC
TC said on the bottom of Trading View on the right, there you could change it from RTH to extended trading hours, and it worked.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream
Yep,
work.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the
Pivot
same thing.
Masters unite. Together, we're an unstoppable trading bot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's gonna come a time where we're all profitable. We're all making
That's
money
the goal.
consistently.
That's why
Yeah.
we have so one of the the concepts of the community, right, is that we have a large amount of traders who have knowledge, and we're funneling that all down into it. That's why I only have like 20-ish people that we're actually mentoring at a time. That way we can funnel all of this creative effort into a very small set of students, and then we'll grow those students faster in a smaller set, and we can actually get through more students quicker, just doing less at a time. And I think this is like really good evidence of that, being a concept. All right, I'm still watching NVIDIA. I want to see this thing sweep. Obviously, I'm in no rush to get into a position because I already won a trade today, a very nice one. So I'm just kind of hanging. Like if NVIDIA gets all the way up to R3, I'll hit it. It looks like it wants to short now, and I kind of want to hit it now, but I'm not going to because I'm not going to. So ha.
Hey Thor, I got a question. I was just gonna ask, why was the SPY just showing that little bit of Bookmap, and then you hit something and it changed it?
I think because I hadn't touched it. Maybe it just hadn't started loading. That's kind of weird.
Okay.
So that looks really balanced. Well, I guess more topside. Or balanced? That looks balanced, right?
It's almost done loading.
So Dwight says
SPY actually looks looks a little bearish on the order book, but right now overall it has an excess of buying, so it's going up right now, at least for
doesn't it
short
look
term.
like it's tearing waters to the upside though?
So the hard part with reading SPY is all of the market maker bots.
Yeah,
So all of these orders up here are all bot orders that are being put. I learned about these a lot the last time I was at the exchange. So there is so each one of these bots are brackets being put on by bots, and these bots each have seats. So it's not fake trading or spoof trading because these are seats that are putting out orders. But basically what they're doing is they're putting out orders, and they're actually intentionally fluctuating the orders up and down all over the place now. It's getting very sophisticated.
Do they
Like
call
before-
the high frequency trading?
No, this is just to piss us off.
Oh, it's just a big cloud.
This is a tactic that they're using to try, because what's happening is, as good as we're getting at this stuff, there are large hedge funds and proprietaries that are getting equally as good at this.
Okay.
So this is technically for us because we're trading at that knowledge level. You know what I mean? But it's not really for us. It's for there's multi-million-dollar traders that are hitting trades the way we hit trades. Except they're doing it with 10 full size and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like they're really hitting it pretty hard. So so now they're starting to try and they're, for lack of a better term, they're spoofing the book. And then what they're doing is they're now rotating orders at the levels, which is a new thing they started doing. This is their new hotness, by the way, because they're always changing their system. So they'll have an order here, and they're going to rotate this order from here down to here, and then back up to here. Just the size of it. So it's constantly making the book flip, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's why this indicator actually works really nice. Because basically it's just kind of showing where the overall balance is. But I guess I can see what you're saying here. So when you're reading the book, it's the consistency of the book is really important. It's going to move in the direction that has the best blend of smaller orders and larger orders. And right now you can see they're kind of tiering this up. But look how tight they keep the ES now. Or the SPY and all these orders. I mean, they are working hard to do their best.
That's what I mean. It's like they're
to
angling
keep us
it up.
from knowing what's going on. You know what I mean? So, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a fresh drink. Where's my mute button? There you are. Nvidia's never gonna dang it. Why didn't you go all the way to R3? I really liked Nvidia. Alas. Poor Yorick. Alas, I knew him well.
Whoa, you see what's going on with Dwayne?
No.
Look at mentoring chat.
Oh no.
The data lag, 25.8 minutes.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much unusable.
You think? Wow, that's a tough.
What
hope
the
you get
heck
that
is that?
Yeah, I hope you get that figured out.
What data feed is that? Are you on Rhythmic or like?
Yeah.
Wild.
And you said you just replaced your RAM?
Yeah, just added 64 gigs, and
Wow.
and gave Toss half of it. So
yeah,
it's not fun.
but that's not. But you're showing me the lags on Ninja, right? Because that market analyzer is a Ninja tool.
Maybe you gave Toss too much and Ninja too little. Dwayne.
The thing I'm thinking maybe check Dwayne. One thing you can try doing is while it's lagging right now. Well, first off, you're talking to me. I don't hear any issue with your voice feed. So you can't be lagging more than like 100. If your lag goes anything over like 100 anything over 100 milliseconds, right, which is very very small, right? You'll not, so because when I used to do VoIP, if we ever had data lag across the call center, if as soon as that data lag gets over 100, you start to actually, like, when someone asks you a question, it takes like a long time for them to start answering you, so it sounds weird. But one thing you can do is pull up Netflix and like play Netflix. If Netflix streams the amount of video that's coming across there with audio and video, there's no reason you shouldn't have. I mean, these are just data packets. This isn't even like heavy shit. Stupid NVIDIA.
Yeah, I don't know if Dwayne heard you or not, but I was gonna recommend or ask him a question too, because me and Gazoo were talking about something similar yesterday. He just got out of here.
He's like, that's it. I'm
Yep.
fixing some machines.
You do a better hillbilly voice than I do.
I grew up. I am a hillbilly. That's just my natural state. When I moved from the Carolinas to Florida, I was 13, and it was a transition. Let's just say that, because when I showed up, I sounded like I was like that Creole dude off of Waterboy. When I showed up, I was like, "Man, no friend of mine, I want to." That was just another damn thing I'd said.
I
No, I
never,
wasn't
re-
that bad.
I never really
Huh?
talked about it, but I grew up on a farm as well, and I live right next door, right next door to the farm I grew up on. Now my sister owns the farm. It's a big red barn. We used to do barn parties, like
Oh, that's
hoedowns,
awesome. Barn parties are
square
the bomb.
dances, all that stuff.
That's so cool. No, so actually, it's a psychological thing I talk a lot about that actually was an issue for me when I started trading, actually, is because what a lot of people don't realize, they would think because you grow up poor or not in a lot of money, like in a rural or farming environment, that you would be hypersensitive to money, right? And you'd be very worried about money and making sure all of this stuff. But actually, it's kind of funny because since you grow up without it, you kind of detach from it. So, but really what the issue is you kind of, like what we learned was like the guy that you really like want to know and the guy you really care about is the dude who can do everything, right? Who's the guy who can fix your fridge, fix your car, fix your house, build you a porch. That's the most popular guy where I grew up. You know what I mean? So I always just wanted to like be like extremely competent. You know what I mean? That's always kind of what I strived for, was just to be competent. And but unfortunately, when you are really really concerned with being right, perhaps maybe less concerned than you are with money, that can lead to some really bad psychological traps in the beginning of a trading career.
So when I was little, once my mom and dad broke up, the four of us lived with my mom, so we were super poor, and we would get food stamps, is what they were called back then. I don't know what they're called right now.
Same shit,
Uh,
more or less.
but they were literally like
EBT.
different color coupons, different denomination coupons in this little tear out book, and my mom had us convinced like it was so awesome to use them that the four of us would fight over who gets to go into the store, get the groceries, and pay with it because
Oh
she
my
was
god, that's
embarrassed.
so funny.
Yeah, and we were
Smart
like fighting
though.
over. No, let me do it. Let me do it this time.
Let me use the food stamps, and she's like,
Yeah, we thought it was so
"No."
awesome. We didn't know what was going on.
That's freaking. I mean, I love that. By the way, I freaking love that. That she was like, moms, man. So that similar story happened. Mom and dad split. That's why we moved to Florida when I was 13. Because my grandparents lived in Tampa. So I thought for a second on Amazon, even though we're in a lower range, I was thinking maybe I think about. I mean, look at this thing. It's really having trouble getting up through these orders. I think the market could sell. Amazon might be a short up here. Market's driving back down towards the lows, the session lows. Not the session lows, sorry, the low since it opened. Gotta be careful with that, 'cause session lows technically include the pre-market. I kind of feel like if we were going to go into a big breakout, that would have like happened. Like I feel like the market just kind of like it didn't just didn't get a lot of volume in on whatever that news is today. Do we have any more news today? Let's see. I got to get back into my schedule in the mornings as far as like sitting in, going through news, going through that. Starting tomorrow, I'll try and get more back into the groove of the mornings. Let's. Oh, we got a lot of Fed speaking. We got a Fed talking at 10, and a Fed talking at 3. Good lord. Like this big order 220. SPY is cycling lower, and all of the tickers that were really high are like starting to sell. I'm still holding my contracts short on the ES that I took earlier. I'm going to go ahead and switch that to a 50 trail at this point. I feel like if we sweep this low and then come up and make a new high, we'll probably go into a pretty aggressive rally. So I want to go ahead and... Ooh, there we go. Let's go. Moment of truth here on the ES. Are we going to... If we bounce here, We lost that the low of after the open. That's the low that we had lost. We're gonna probably come back and back test that area. If we come through it, we'll see what happens. I took a short on Amazon as I was looking for my loser. Amazon, I like that it was up near. It was actually near R4, even though it's on the lower range. But the order book at the time I got in actually was a little bullish. But the order book to the downside looked pretty well structured. Some good orders coming in with a big order at 220, and I just didn't really see the volume on the push for a breakout. So I just really didn't see this as being a breakout. And after it took a couple wicks of the top, I hit it short. So if this squeezes up, I'll stop, and that'll be it for the day for me. That'll be, I got my winner on MNQ. So if this ends up being a loser, we'll call it a loser. And I'm still holding my short on my actual funded account. I took that short after the open, and I'm now trailing the 50 on that. So either way, I make $40 on that one. Let's go.
What's your target on Amazon, Thor?
Amazon target is 219.14 when I click the
Oh
button.
man, that's nice. I got to make it all the way down to PDC 118.55. So
I
gave it a
almost
wide
ran my
stop.
stop above 222, and
Yeah,
I
that's what I
probably would have
did.
had a similar stop to you. Yesterday, I got stuck in Amazon or not Amazon, AMD, because I ran my stop a little too wide. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. If they come get me, I'll let them come get me. You know what I mean? I'll just get a better stop if this thing wicks through 222. But we'll see what we'll see what happens. But right now, if it loses R3 here, we should be good to go. The ES looks like it wants to move a little bit lower as well. Right back. Yeah. See what we can do. All right. ES is still going, huh?
Man, Nvidia didn't hit my target for 1 penny. Oh my god.
You're like, come on.
Hey Thor, what is that pink line
Yeah.
right above
I get a
R
target for Nvidia.
R4? What is that?
Session high.
Session high. Okay, that's why.
I gotta update. This is the new hotness on the ATR guides. I still need to upload it to the website. But I'll here. Let me post it into the. I'm gonna post it into the. I'll just throw it in the mentoring chat.
Do you have session low as well, or just high?
Yep. Yeah, that's the purple ones right above PDC.
Purple one.
Right down here.
Oh, okay.
So that's the
so I guess
session
that's
high
the
and that's the
pre-market.
session low. So it includes pre-market. It's the
Got it.
session high and the session low.
Yeah, just
So
keep
because that's what
going.
our ATR is calculating. So like ATR low right now is calculated off of session high. And then ATR high is calculated off of session low. So like if we start making new session lows, the ATR to the top side will go. But this allows me without having to zoom back and forth, especially because I'm trying to get the whole system basically to fit on one screen. You know what I mean? I want to be able to just look at my 1 minute chart and basically have all the information I need to make decisions. So now that I know what plays I'm doing, I don't really need to worry about all the other longer. And then I got my daily. I can see this. I can see the book. I mean, I'm ready to load this on a laptop. If I could execute through this thing, we'd be done. But I can't because it sucks for that.
I hit target on Nvidia.
Nice.
I did show that. I flipped my bias anyway.
Oops. Come on. Oh, well, that's still fine. There we go. That's better. Oh, see, that was pretty. I almost tagged NVIDIA right at the open, but it didn't get to R3, and I was just like, all right, I won't be so aggressive. And then it pulled back here. I almost hit it there and ran a wide stop, and that would have worked. Really nice trade. Wow, pretty. Market's bouncing a bit, too. Still holding the Amazon. Someone just doinked me. ES is coming all the way back to that. What is that, a daily level? Like PDC or something? Oh yeah, it bounced right off of PDC.
And S3 too, about my dad's and Nvidia.
Book's fairly balanced right now. Let's see.
Hey, Thor, quick question for you if you got a chance.
Yeah, what you got, boss?
So I got short PLTR. And it looks like it's trying to get down to 65.20. It's like a pretty decent order block down there. Just curious on what your thoughts are still.
It looks like it wants to sell more. The order book has a little bit more, has more bid on it than ask, and we have an overabundance of selling. So as of right now, I feel like a short. If I was gonna pick a direction, I'd prefer to be short over long. That's for sure. It is in
Yeah.
a lower range, so I like the idea of the short for that as well. Obviously, it overshot the lower range a little bit up into R4, but you know, for me, the issue is the ATR to the downside, which this has plenty of. Right, so as long as you can get short in here, one of the issues with often when you get short from R4, and the reason we don't take it in this range is often because the ATR will be sucked way up inside of the range to go short. So basically, you just don't have any real hope for the move to the downside. But you know, you've got some bid on your book, and you know it's a nice spot. So I definitely, you know, a little the only issue with it is the fact that it did overshoot R3. It would have been nice if this had opened in the mid and then held under R3 in this range, but otherwise I like what you did here. They are bringing in a little bit of ask on you, but you can see up here above 69 there's very little interest, it would seem, at this time to go through 69. Wow.
Yeah.
There goes the ES. Go wheezing.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, of course. Hang for a couple more minutes, and then I just might let this Amazon marinate and see what happens. Right now, looks like the market's kind of squeezing a bit. So. Squeezing up into the 50, like the Qs and the SPY are all squeezing up into the 50 SMA right now. So if it crosses through it, today's starting to kind of turn into a little bit of a kind of a price action day. And keep an eye on NQ. See if NQ rallies up and gets back near R3 where that session high is. If it goes all the way back up there, I might entertain the idea of getting a short on it. But it needs to get back up there. I'm kind of buying. I'm a little bit more ask on the book right now, on NQ. A little bit more ask, a little bit more buying. So we're headed up, at least for the moment.
Got a bipolar day again today, huh?
Yeah, really.
What the hell? What the hell? So we got a Fed speaker. Fed speaker Schmidt came on about 13 minutes ago. He must be saying something good. He must be finessing the market. He's doing his little finessing. But yeah, today and yesterday, wow. Sweep above, sweep below, choppy, up and down. They'll probably make the move like after the market close again today, huh? Like they did yesterday. Oof, look at that.
Seller.
So he must have said
Whoa.
something bad. He must have just said something bad. Man, yeah, both these days. Not
Let's
a
see
very
what the
easy price
response is
action
to that.
now.
That was a big sell.
I know. Those
So these algorithms now, by the way, are so sophisticated that the news feed of the Fed speaking, like if they're speaking on YouTube or CNBC or whatever it is, that you just how so you can come through here right now, and in Toss you can actually add in here you can add Trader TV right into Toss,
neat.
and you can sit here while the market's going, and you can watch a pretty stinking high. And so I was going to mention to Andrew, I'm like, how do we get into one of those as bear bull traders? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, you have such a good relationship with DOS. Get DOS to start pushing BBT's feed into DOS somehow, that people can access it like this. You know what I mean? That'd be so good. But anyway, so what happens is these algorithms, when the Fed starts speaking, there's a feed like that coming through, and they are using voice recognition.
Yeah, they must. Yeah.
No, they're not. They must.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah. No, it's happening. Like, you know,
it's so drastic. It's so drastic when it happens.
So they're listening to that, and when they hear certain metrics, like they're listening for keywords like inflation or growth or outlook, you know, all of these kind of little things, and they make some pretty nasty decisions pretty fast based upon what they hear. Kind of wild.
That's cool. As long as we're aware of what they're doing, and you know, that's why we have risk control, just in case.
And I really liked my Amazon position, but just knowing there's a Fed speaking right now just makes me want to just get rid of it and go to lunch.
Looks like they want to go up, but I got married to my bias yesterday. I was overly bearish yesterday, and it didn't work out that well.
Exactly. That's the best you can do.
Lesson is, don't get married to your bias. Trade what you see, not what you think.
Yeah, it happened to me yesterday too. Like I got
This is one of the reasons I run, like, I tend to only run like a certain maximum loss. Because what I find is generically when I'm racking up the losses, it's because I've become convinced of an idea that's not actually happening. And, you know, and I'm just hitting it. And then by the end of the day, when I look at it, I'll be like, what were you doing? Like, the order book was bullish the whole time. Like, why were you shorting? You know what I mean? But that's why the max loss is there, because, you know, we're human beings, and there's going to be times we're going to sit down and we're going to like an idea. And I think sometimes, I know I'm this way, you kind of get, you know, you find that being right is, you know, makes you feel better than actually making money. So you'll really sit there and just keep hammering an idea over and over again, even though it's costing you a fortune. This order book went so bullish. We had a bunch of volume. We then bought back up on the NQ, 3 buying candles, all with, let's call it average volume, but certainly not as big of the volume as the sell candle that hit a few minutes ago. We've now tried to sell and we're getting some indecision. We're now moving lower with, and I visually could see additional volume coming in as it moved lower. So this, if this closes as an bearish engulfing, this is likely going to be an isolated pivot after they swept above that initial volume candle, which means we can likely rotate lower now. Because we've been chopping R3 under R3 on NQ basically this whole time. So the play would be to go from R3 down to S4. We have not gone to S4 yet. So the question is, are we going to still sweep higher and go up and tag R3 again? Or did we already do that? And, you know, because we kind of already did that. NVIDIA came right back to the 50 and is now moving lower again with a lot of selling volume into a bearish book. Yeah. Oh, there you go, Amazon. Come on, baby. Damn it. Why do you make me hold you this long? AMD, man. This better not turn into another AMD. I've had another. I mean, it's like I'm just gonna cast them away. I'm just gonna stay with futures from now because it's like I got filled in 5 seconds on a nice cheeky NQ
Oh, you know,
short,
right?
and now I'm stuck holding these dang equities all stinking day long.
My trading view actually says which ones. Let's see which ones are trending today. Not trending, but these stocks are moving the most. Palantir, Nvidia, Eli Lilly, KB Home, Cynet, Applied Digital. Let's see what those are.
Dạ.